Kristen Welker is moderator of Meet the Press. Kristen, good morning. Always great to talk to you. Let's circle back to the president's trip to Asia. You have a conversation this morning with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent talking about those tariffs and specifically the ones with China. What did he tell you?
Well, Willie, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent struck a note of optimism that President Trump, President Xi Jinping, when they sit down later this week, will be able to strike a trade deal. That would mean those 100% tariffs that you heard Peter mention will not go into effect. He also signaled that they believe China may reopen their markets to buying soybeans. That would obviously have a huge impact on farmers all across this country. On Canada, I asked him about the fact that President Trump has slapped a 10% additional tariff on Canada for running that ad that President Trump did not like, which features Ronald Reagan, the Treasury Secretary, defiant that that was the right move, but wasn't clear on whether that would impact all Canadian goods. Willie, I also talked to him about the fact that inflation did tick up a bit and that we have seen grocery prices from meat to bacon and other products rise. The Treasury Secretary predicting that ultimately inflation and those prices will start to go down. And finally, Willie, I talked to him about the government shutdown, the fact that President Trump is on this 5-day trip in the middle of a shutdown. The Treasury Secretary saying that the shutdown is, quote, starting to eat into the muscle of the economy and travel, and called on Democrats to come to the negotiating table. So a lot to unpack with Secretary Bessent, Willie.
Covering a lot of ground there, Kristen. Thanks so much. We'll look for more this morning on Meet the Press when Kristen has that interview with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, plus Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego of Arizona, and a Meet the Moment conversation with Chef Marcus Samuelson.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.